Good morning, One Life. Uh, so today is definitely starting off slow. Nothing even close to a million shares traded. So I don't know. I just am really still interested in CALT longer term. It did come down and hold this previous level here of the high of that last day, that 2021.48. But the only thing is, on the daily chart, this thing is big red. I mean, it could get going back up, but if nothing else moves today, I'll just be watching CALT for an entry down here if it can hold up this level again of the 2160, 2150. But as of now, looking at all these other stocks, not not looking good for the low floats. We had ePay bump up here because of an earnings report from the 49 up here to the 56, but it's probably not going to be moving that much today with that kind of movement, or that kind of chart looking like that. BKKT, man, that's crazy. That thing's all the way down at $9 now. When it was up, what, to 50? Wow. All that profit given back. Hmm. Well, what are you guys looking at this morning? Are you seeing anything cheaper, anything more expensive, anything higher float that's got good news? Drop it in the chat and we'll look at it. What's up, Donnell? Are there any previous movers that are still looking okay? I know people who are they're looking forward to BFRI going up higher, but man, this thing has formed this little channel here, and I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, okay, well, it got a nice move up if you would have bought the bottom, but of course, I did change this chart to the hourly chart. So this is a hourly chart. And then on my other screen, I have 15 and 5 minutes. So when you look at this chart, if it looks a little weird or different from yours, it is a hour chart, hour by hour. But I'm using TOS to view that hour chart to set up where the stronger supports and resistance are on these trades. Where is the floor? The floor is lava. Good morning, GD. Where are the competitors? Who's going to compete today? Who wants it? Oh, let me go and while we're waiting, let me go and see if there's any IPOs today as well, since we don't see anything interesting right there just yet. What those IPOs talking about? Oop, wrong thing. I always do that IPO calendar. All right, so looks like some acquisition corps opening up today. What is this one? NXGL, NextGel. You will ADGI continue? I really don't know. It didn't really have any news to move up like that. Um, so I really don't know what it wants to do. And it had several values, like the floating things were different across platforms. So I really don't know, if it's going to continue to push up with no reason. But let me see. What was this one? NextGel. Manufacture high water content electron beam across wait. We manufacture high water content electron beam cross-linked aqueous polymer hydrogels or gels used for wound care. Okay. Medical diagnostics, transdermal drug delivery, and cosmetics. We specialize in custom gels by capitalizing on proprietary manufacturing technologies. We have historically served as a contract manufacturer, supplying our gels to third parties who incorporate them in their own products, and have recently begun producing our own customer products using our gels, focused on proprietary branded products and white label opportunities. Both our gels and our consumer products are manufactured. Okay, so it's repeating. All right, anything different? Together, these technologies enable us to produce gels that can satisfy rigid tolerance specifications with respect to a wide range of physical characteristics: thickness, water content, adherence, absorption, moisture, vapor transmission rate. Okay, so this is an IPO that's supposed to be opening up today. I guess I'll add it to the watch and we'll see what it does out of its open. NXGL. The other two really didn't look too good. What's up, Lori? I'm gonna check out ADGI in a minute, Donnell. Yeah, the other two aren't looking too good, but this one's opened up with 2 million shares, so we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. Um, ADGI though, let's go look at that one. ADGI. ADGI. Oh man, I bet that thing's gonna drop on the open, boy. Mm. Came up here. Not completing that gap fill. Yeah, it has a little bit of a very weak uptrend there, but not a very strong uptrend at all. What's up, fat boy? Yeah, I don't know if AGI is going to continue. That's it would have to break the next. I guess the next big level would be the $20 level for it, and I don't think it's gonna get that kind of juice today. Don't know if it's gonna get that kind of juice. Oh, come on, bro. Okay, there we go. What just happened? Ooh. Okay. Any other continuation stocks that you guys have on your list or anything we can check out? We'll do that. But as of right now, we're just gonna have to see what Friday holds for us. This is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Friday holds for us. About 5 minutes to the bell. No obvious stocks just yet. All right. Now I have a watch list of things that I like, but I'm just not seeing those things with volume. So I'm like, whatever. Oh, we also looked over that IPO for today, NXGL. See what it wants to do once it opens. But waiting for some obvious stuff to come up. I want to see volume, even if it's a stock that is a previous mover with no volume, it doesn't really matter, you know. It may not even it may just get lost in the sauce. 3 minutes left to the bell. CALT looking like it still wants to go down some though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That that is possible as well, one life. When the volume slows down, gives a nice little entry before any volume comes back into it. That could be a possible indication that it's done pushing down. Like with CALT, very low volume right now, but it's holding above the 2160. So we'll see what it wants to do on the day. But the hourly chart, big, nice little red candle starting here. But we will see. A minute left to the open. What will go on? BLPH. Luvo says BLPH. Okay. BLPH is does it have news or something? It's up. It's up a lot. I'll we can watch it. I'll add it over here so we can watch it. BLPH and ADGI. Yeah, we'll watch them. We'll watch them get destroyed. I mean, possibly go up. There's the open. Let's flip over here to Street Smart now. Watching ADGI take that dump. Let's see it go. Where's the rest of that dump at? Trying to hold here. Pre-market resistance is at the 1694. On the daily chart, it's sitting right at the very tip top. So it could get a pop here. Can it get a pop out? There's a little pop. Nice little pop. So where are those shorts? Let the shorts get theirs. Getting up there to the 17s. Will those shorts push this thing back under the 1650 is the question. 1650 should be the hold point. BLPH kind of stand within this range for now. Break would be the 378. And CALT just looking trash. It needs a lot more volume. All right, back over to ADGI. If y'all have any more call outs, you can add them and we'll watch them as well. ADGI getting pushed under that 1650. Pushed back to Crater Town. It had a weak uptrend anyway. Let's see, this uptrend. Well, it really doesn't have a real trend. It's kind of just, it'll make a higher high then get pushed down. Make a higher high then get pushed down. Come on, volume, let's go. All right, BLPH. Will it be able to break this high of the 376? Pre-market high. Has the 200 moving that average up here at the 423. 423. So will that range open up? BLPH looking like it wants to go and challenge the 375s. Got a little, very small push out there. Can it go ahead and get the rest of that buying pressure through the 375? 371. RIVN is what you called out, Daniel B. Let's see, RIVN. Woo! Yeah, for shorts, that thing is definitely eating for the shorts. All right, this one down here just needs a little bit more of volume and a little bit better setup. It is holding up this 2197. It would be great if I can see it come down here again and test the 2197. Green on the day would be the high of the 2296. 2296. So I may play that 2296 and then I could just risk this level here, 2260. 2296. Because if it can get going, this does not look like a horrible play. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a small play because it's not, doesn't have a trend yet. Let's see. Trend. Very low volume though. Do I want to wait for it to get a little bit more love? Let me look at the hourly chart on this one. That's what I need to do. Was it CALT? Hourly chart, still red, but it is pulling back up. So 2340 is the top of this hourly chart, 2340. See a little bit of volume coming in there. I may go ahead. Actually, this thing is not over. The 15-minute 9 EMA may become a little bit of resistance here at the 2317, but the hourly is just not showing me that it wants to go up right now. So I'm gonna give it some time. Let a little bit more trading volume get in there. ADGI still going down. I think the other one I believe RIVN is still going down. Okay. Yep, that's still going down. This one did not break. Just chopping around. BLPH. Not giving good moves. CALT. Can you hold up the 2184? Can you test down there? That's what we want to see. Three, 5, 8. Looking like a lot of shorts sitting on these. Any more call outs? Let's see. What's the SPY doing? The SPY is down 4%, which isn't looking great. CALT still down there struggling, still needing to compete on the day. BLPH, a lot of volume, but very small range here. So we really, I mean, it's very hard to, unless you're gonna take 5,000 shares on a breakout, it's just too much risk for too little reward. It's playing within the sense there. ADGI continuing down. Who's going to be the obvious stock? Going back red. All right. Oh, dang, B, you said it's ETB, easy to borrow on RIVN. Nice. Hopefully you're making your nice profits there because it is definitely giving some nice moves down off that 100 level. Where did it gap down from? It gapped down from the 107 with a lot of momentum. I don't know what was the news. Let's see. RIVN. Oops, wrong thing. What am I? Investors should be negative on Tesla. That's the first news. Investing Club. Ford CEO says company owns 12% of Rivian. Shares quiet down. Shares quiet down. Okay. So yeah, that's a weird one. It was going flat for quite a while and just dropped. ADGI still going down as well. ADGI. Hmm. BLH. ADGI finding a little bit of a slowdown point, but on the hourly and everything, it's just still big red. The top on the hourly, I mean, it's pushed so far down. It's giving almost $1 back in profit. This thing is not what you want to be. Well, it's what you want to be shorting because it's trash. It went up on no news. Garbage. All right, so this one still getting pushed down, about to go red on the day. Look at this range, man. Look how small this range is. 334 up to the 373. That's insanity. You can't do anything with that. CALT. On the daily chart, CLAT doesn't look bad if it can hold up that 2250. So 2250 is pretty much the crux of its existence right now. support 2250. 2250 does not have far to fall to do that, but also can give a nice move up if it can get back over the 23s. But definitely need some more volume. Finally getting over 100,000 shares traded, but still not the type of setup that I like just yet. But it is going green on the day here. At this point, the risk level would be the 2271. Buying pressure, only 45,000 shares traded on it. Can it break back through this 200 moving average at the 2447 up there? Is the question. So I could just play this low and say, hey, if it breaks the 2250, I'll be out. That's what I think I'll do, because it's a very small risk here. If it wants to dive, it's only 40 cents that it can impact me. But waiting on the hourly as well. Hourly chart still looking disgusting. Want to see it pull all the way back up to at least the 23s. And just hold there. How long do we have on this hourly chart? 15 minutes till the hour closes. Would love to see it close above the 2261. That would be nice. ADGI continuing on down. ADGI is still pumping down. This one's another choppy one, having very small range, but I believe it might give a fake over this 375 and then get shorted down. It's just struggling so much off this 350 level, moving cents off the 350. This one came down here to this low of the 2161, which is the spot that we didn't want to see it break down. Can it retest this 2261 and prove its strength here? Still got a lot of competition ahead of it in the volume area, but I like the news, and I like the that it's holding this previous bottom, this previous high back here, 2160. So we will see what it wants to do. Will this daily break down 2243? Or will it test the 2243 and then start getting some power off of that? 2243 is right down here, not that far, so we'll be watching. 2243. We will be watching. BLPH. Tripping out. Hey, Lori, don't be having Daniel be on here blushing. Don't be doing that. I know he's over there blushing. Little devil wings turning to angel wings for just a second. Yeah, this thing does not look good. BLPH, the range is way too small. ADGI continuing big down. Ooh. All the way back down to this previous level of the 1323. And the hour chart does not look good at all. Oh my goodness. Daniel B, man, coming with the heat. Let's see if it'll go ahead and break down here. That 350, it's been struggling around 350 too long. Red on this candle would be the 344 breakdown. So I'm thinking that's going red on the day. 2286. We need to see it test back down one more time. It went green momentarily, but still very low on the volume. Pre-market highs of 2382. 2382. Can it hold up? ADGI about to get a little bit of a bounce, but I mean, across the board, it just doesn't look good. Okay, CALT. Pulling back. I like it. Can we get one more test? One more test to prove that this thing is actually good. Down here. Very low volume on this little pump up. ADGI still on a one-way trip. BLPH, one-way trip. Yeah, I do like this one, man. So the risk, we'll see if it bounces down a bit. But I think this is going to be the mover back up today. Just want to make sure it has a nice little trend that it can follow. So at this point, I guess the trend would be like, draw a trend line. The trend would be something like this, if possible. But this little thin bar down here doesn't really, I don't know, doesn't look too good right now. Trying to build, it's getting a little bit of green, a little bit of buying pressure down here. But it's only the beginning of the day, so still has this top from the pre-market of the 2383. And Yeah, let's look at the hour chart. Yeah, the hour has pulled way back up. But I want to see this close in 7 minutes. I want to see this thing close where it is right now, because that would be absolutely fantastic. And I would be looking for entries in 7 minutes. ADGI continues to slip down. Well, looks like it's getting on up there. Hourly chart trying to go green on us. On CALT. Want to see this thing close up here though. Then possibly give us a nice little pullback. It still is on low volume, but it does have a little bit of a trend set up. I don't know how valid this trend is though. Down $20 on the day. Small position BLPH. Yeah, BLPH was trash. Telling you, man, those ones that don't really have a reason, they just poof out. So this is the first couple of minutes. The hour chart is looking fantastic on CALT. For a move back up. The daily chart is looking fantastic. Okay. 5 minutes until the close of this candle. Want to see it close above this trend here, above 2260. Is this a valid trend? Is the question. Everything else dumping off. BLPH dumping off. Getting way more range to the bottom than it was to the upside. ADGI, of course, still making its moves down. Giving back almost $4 in profit, or giving $4 of profit to the shorts. Waiting for a little bit more volume to bump into some of these. BFRI, still bull trapping out here. BFRI. At this point, the risk would be 2269 if this is a valid trend, but I don't want to be buying this high. Let's see it come back down and show us that it can hold that 2315. But it is green on the day, so Slipping. Can we see it break down to 15? Give a quick little test of it. LPH still going down. Forming those higher lows like I like to see. Can we get a little bit more volume on it though? There's a little drop. Get a push down, maybe above this 2285, and I risk this bottom trend here. Nice one life on MRK. Why can't you? Okay, there's a new hour opening up very high. I like it. At this point, we can risk 2274. 2274. See a little bit of volume, but not much. Waiting for more volume. Waiting for it to pull back if possible. But it did open up very, very nicely. A break of the 2340 will probably get it going. So that's where I'll be looking. 50 shares, 2340. 2340, and then if 50 becomes a problem, do I want to be buying it this high though? 2340 is the next point to beat on the hourly. 2340. Yeah, I think I want to take that 2340 if it gets going. So I'll take, wait, nope, it's going down now. See how far it goes down. Still above this trend. Can it break on down? 2312's up there. Does it want to go and revisit the 23s? Going red on this hourly bar. Will it break down the 2318 is the question. 2318 has not done it yet. 2340. Waiting and watching. Not seeing a whole lot of back and forth on it. Do those buyers want to come in at any point here? First 5 minutes of this candle, or 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. 2316 is the 15-minute EMA. Does it want to go back there and okay. Does it want to go back there and test it out? 2340 would be the break point. I think I'm going to get in 2340. It will be a high buy though. That's the only problem I have with it. But it's still, the risk level would be 2274 right now. 2274. See the 2320s. I'm going to go ahead and put my stop up there for that break, if it can do it, and just follow it up. Can we get that push out? 2327. Be the first entry up there. Got me in right there. Can it go higher? Looking for volume to come in through the 2350s. Right now, the risk is the 2276. I'll be out, giving a nice little push on those 50 shares. Nice. People coming in. Can we get past the pre-market high, which is the 2382? Can we get some more buyers over here? 2350. So I took it on the break of the hourly chart, looking for it to break out of the 2379 for the next place that it needs to break. But as for now, taking a small position there and seeing what's good. And the stop would be the 2277. $22.77 on these shares. $22.74. Looking for more buyers to come in. Can we get it? Got the hourly break. Now it just needs to push above the 2360s. 2358. $23.50 break will probably bring some eyes over here. 23.46. $22.61. $22.60 level. I'll let it play here. And if it breaks down this $22, I'm just gonna have to get on down. But I'm gonna let it play here. Got a little bit of an uptrend, looking for it to push out. Just needs a little bit more volume. $22.50. Yeah, $22.50. I jump out of there. $22.50. But as for now, till it comes back down here, I am going to be holding it. Looks good on a daily chart for some continuation, maybe back up to the 20, maybe to the 24-ish level. I let it play. Doesn't have to go far, just needs to go. ADGI coming on back down. Nice. ISIG, is it still going up or did it come back down or what is it doing now? Oh yeah. ISIG is definitely popping up there on low volume. Is there a reason? Oh yeah. Wow, getting a nice little pop up there. So these continuation stocks can definitely give you some moves. That thing, woo, throwing wicks and doing splits and got all kinds of tricks. And you said you traded this 3 days ago? Let me see, 1, 2, 3. So you bought it down here in this area and just waited for it to give you some pops. Nice. BLPH, I'm taking that off the watch. ADGI. Yeah, I guess it can stay on. This one gave a pop out, but holding here. I want to see it just consolidate and just hold this, what we think is the trend line. If it's not the trend line, then I'll just move with it. If it breaks it or doesn't slow down, edit, then I'll just be able to get out there. But as of now, the stop that I'll be moving up to is the 2275 if it can push out. Still looking good on the 1 hour chart. Just needs a little bit more buying. And now it's starting to gap down a little bit there. But just giving it time above this trend. ADGI still going down. Found a little resistance area down here at the 13s. Getting back up there on ADGI, still nice and red on the day. We'll see what that wants to do. CALT just needs to hold these levels. We should be okay. Has a little bit of a downtrend here from pre-market high. 2382 downtrend there. So we'll see if it actually wants to break down all of this, or does it want to get caught and bought up. ADGI going up there and checking on the VWAP, coming back down. Let's see. Oh, 3 days in a row of trades. Gotcha. Daniel B, the target price on CALT, I wanted to revisit. I would like it to break here at the 2150 first target price, and if it wants to hold around that 24, or did I say 2150? 2450 will be the first target price, and if it wants to hold there, then I'll take some more. But just giving it a little bit of time today to play around this or play over this trend line. But I do have a stop out. If it wants to break down to 2250, I'll just look for new entries, because that's just giving back too much profit there. But on the daily chart, it's right under the 200 moving average. Looking for it to stay green on the day and give a nice move up. It does have continuation news, FDA approval, and then a FDA acceleration. So wanting to see what that does for it today, and yeah, I'll just be watching. ADGI. Coming on down. Will it go ahead and start breaking down the 1357? CALT giving a nice little hold up there on the 2318. Let's see if it can finally get a true breakout. It gave a little fake out just a minute ago, but looking for the breakout. ADGI still wants to continue down a bit. All right. CALT holding up these levels here. See what it wants to do over time. It can dip back down towards this 2282. I may look to add a little bit, but we'll see what it wants to do. Breakout on the daily would be the 2366, which isn't that far away, but still, it's going to have to put some work in. ADGI coming on down. Big sell-off. All right, anything else up here on the scanners? Nothing else. Everything going down. Let's check. Oh, the SPY though. Look at this SPY. Wow. SPY getting torn a little bit. Broke through the 458. Gap down today. We'll see what that wants to do tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, Monday. CALT 2250. Breaking down that 9 EMA, but we are very close. We come all the way down to like a little bit of a bottom. I may move my stop down to this 2186 though, because I'm willing to risk that 2180 level for a pop back out. Don't want to get stopped out too soon. 2149. Now let that play throughout the day just in case it wants to throw a wick down there. And I'll be looking for more add entries down here as well. See if we can actually get a nice little daily trend going. Just needs to hold up the 2262 is the point that it needs to hold up. Coming back down there to the VWAP. ADGI continuing down. BFRI getting on up there. Let me put that on the watch. BFRI. BFRI got 3 million shares traded. Trying to break out yet again. Weirdest stock ever. 750 against this super downtrend, still trying to break out. No news. And looks like it has some big downwards wicks as well. So we'll see what happens when that fails out. Back and forth, a little bit of a war zone. Coming on down. Any other call outs that we can look at? Oh, oh. Getting on down here. Getting down to what I thought was a trend, but we'll see if it can hold up and start building a trend up here. $22.16. Like it wants to try to punch down here. But as long as it holds up here of this next, the first 30 minutes of this hour candle has gone by. So it's going to give it time. I'll look for more entries. BFRI throwing big wicks on the 15-minute both directions, all the way up to the 745, all the way down to the 7. So big range. You can definitely lose a lot on that one. I doubt it's going to push that high again. It hit the top, the overall. Well, is that the overall? Let me see. Yeah, I guess that would be the overall downtrend right there. $21 would be a $2 loss on this position. If it breaks down to 21, I may just hop out. And that's giving it plenty of room to go ahead and bounce if it's going to bounce. Still looking for positions under my entry position to enter though. So there it is, popping up a little bit there. Held that trend there. Still giving it time. 22.7. I mean, this is supposed to be 20.99 for out. So risking about $100, around $100. But it looks like it is catching that trend there, which is a little bit more noticeable than that other one. So let's do that as a bottom on the intraday trend line. Oops. Draw a trend. Let's see if it can actually hold this up. It may not give me another entry. Whatever it wants to do, I just let it do it. It has a downtrend right here. If it can break out of that today, that'll be grandiose. But just gonna give it time here. I would love to see it back up here to this 25 level, retesting that 200 moving average for a nice breakthrough if possible. I'll be looking for new bottoms to kind of move up the stop, but as of now, I'm okay with risking 100. Down to the 21 would be $3. That's 150 bucks. So 150 bucks risk to possibly get a little bit more over the top. But waiting for more volume to come in there. It is green on the day and just floating in this level. Getting a nice little push up there. I'm not going to add to this position. I'll just let it play. So now down $3, was down 27. Let's see if it can get up here and start acting right. Start popping out and getting back up there to the 28s, 30s, 30 whatevers. BFRI still throwing these wicks and looking real nasty. The reason that I entered at 2340 is because yesterday 2340 and 2350 were just struggle points for it. I was like, if it comes back up here today to the 2350, I want to be in there just in case it breaks out, because it's had plenty of time to break down. But just giving it time here, hopefully some more volume. I mean, it really doesn't need a lot of volume. It is low float, but hopefully the volume holds up here and it can get going. It did end up forming a little trend down here, so we'll let it play. ISIG like clockwork. Let's see, ISIG. Still pushing up, baby. Nice. Nice trade, One Life. Getting paid. Can we get over the 2340s today? Start breaking out of this downtrend. The hourly chart is back looking really nice on CALT. If it wants to pull back again in this area before it goes, hey, I'll definitely add at this point if it pulls back anywhere in here. But it may be a little bit too late, but at least I'm in to take something on it, you know. Why don't I add ISIG here on the list? Okay, so ADGL did not want to go anywhere. BFRI hitting that top resistance level, finding a lot of resistance up there, coming on back down. ISIG, big move back down. A lot of destruction there from the $4 loss there. The SPY pulled back up a little bit. SPY. Yeah, pull back up a little bit. So we'll see if we can see any kind of other continuation in the market. I'm down 6 cents on my position. Looking for more entries if it'll give it to me. If not, oh well. Looking for the break of that 2340. There it is right there. As soon as I said it. Wow. So starting to cap through it. Let's see if we can get a push through the 2340 through the 2350 as well. Would be beautiful. This is the only one that I saw this week with good news. So just giving it a shot. Can he get that push? Even if it can't get that push, this is a nice setup on the hour chart anyway. So the push is needs to get through the 2358 is what's in question. So can we see those 35s here on the bid? 40, 35, 36, anything like that? The ask is at the 2341. No one's jumped up there yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. ISIG. Now the is failed off. Is everything failing off now? Can people come over here and trade CALT like it's supposed to be traded now? There's our pop. Look at that nice little pop over there. Let's see if it can break that 2350 and get going up. Nice. Let's see if it can go ahead and break out. Yeah, everything's failing now, so let's go. Let's put the turbos on, baby. All right, it has a pre-market high of the 2382. Don't know if it can get there. It may have to pull back some, and I can take another entry down here somewhere. Looking for it to hold this 2350. It struggled with it all day yesterday. So trying to see if it's they're valuing it above that now. Let's pop out of there. Got a nice little pop there. Needs to draw some attention now with all this failure going on. Can we get that pop up? Gave a little breakout, but apparently shorts are still sitting up there. Nice, 2359. Can we break that 2382 pre-market high? $23.60s. Can we get the 61s? There's the 65s. Can we move up to the 55s on the bid? There we go, 73 right there. So nice. So we're making a full break here to the 200 moving average, and we'll be waiting on a dip back down for a possible more entries. But we did break the first part of the pre-market high. The next part is the 2461. So we'll see if it can push through this 200 moving average, or will it get destroyed? Still holding up the trend though. Giving it a little bit of time. Can it push through that to that 24 is the question. Barely getting 200 shares, 200,000 shares here. Can people start paying attention to it? Everything else fell down, so, and it's the only thing up 1% on the day, so a lot of scanners should be getting hit with it. Can we get that push? 87s on the bid. Can we see the 2390s get destroyed? 2380 pulling back there. Come on, let's get those 90s up there. Get a little bit more motion. Can we get this push? A little consolidation and then a push. Giving it time, broke the pre-market high, coming back down under the pre-market high, so we'll just give it time. And I'll be moving my stop up now. 2260. Nah, I don't want to lose that much. Let's see. So right now I can always get back in. So break even will be the point that I don't want to be getting touched again. There's a 2390s. Can we get the 24s up there? Very quick touch. Can we get that push? 2390s. Can we get that 2390 break? There's a 91 on the bid. Can we break it? Can we get that push over the 24 and get going to the 25s? That 200 moving average is on the 5 minutes, so it's not as strong as what would be somewhere else. 200 moving average over here is actually over the two. There's the 95s. Can it push on to the 24s? Okay, opening up very high up there. I like it. This break, let's see, 2450 was the first profit target. 24. So we'll see if it can get up there as well. Very low float, so definitely has a lot of things that can happen good here if it wants to get going. It is getting a little bit more volume. ISIG still failing good. BFRI still failing good. ADGI still failing good. So let's see if this can be that one stock that wants to break. How far does it want to go before it starts to actually consolidate? Can we break the 2390s and get back to the 24s? I see 2369 down here. That's a 30-cent drop. So they need to stop playing games and go ahead and get some more buying pressure here. There's a 75 coming back in there. Nice. So we're getting those buyers holding this support. So how much support do we have above us? We see the 75, the 70, 64, 61. And my entry was a 2350 because I was watching it yesterday all day. It just didn't want to go anywhere. There's the 83s getting bought up there. Can they take it on up through the 24s is the question. Start holding those 24s. Come on. Just consolidate around here. So this bottom trend here as of now is at the 2288. There'll be a little bit of a risk. The hour chart still looks fantastic, so I'm not looking to get out anytime soon. Our chart is 2288. So 2288 is my out for right now. And we'll let it play. Can this bad boy push above that 24? It's right there. Get that 75 back in there. Everything else still fading. Ooh, BFRI. All those ones that was not on my scanner getting killed. Killed. Now, CALT was not on my scanner either, to be truthful, but I was on my scanner yesterday and I was watching for this dip. And the SPY is rebounding. Can it take us up with it? Rebounded all the way off this bottom on the daily chart from the 458 up here to the 464. Nice little move back up there. May pull a green move, may pull a red to green move there. But at this point, this is a very low risk trade. The risk here, 2288, would be what's the risk? Hold up, give me 1 second. 2340 down to the 2288 is looking like a 52-cent risk on 50 shares, which would be 25 bucks. If I were to get stopped out here, 25 bucks off. So very low risk trade, $25 risk. And it looks like it wants to go visit the 24. We'll see. But I did the same thing I've been doing, looking for that trend to set up. I did buy a high down here, but still, I wanted to see this trend set up, and I already had my out ready to go. But at this point, we'll see what it wants to do on the 15-minute and on the 5-minute. The hour chart still looks fantastic. Want to see a break over that 95, though, would be great. Getting 200,000 shares, so let's see if people start noticing it. Up 1%. Above VWAP, so it's pretty much fitting all of the criteria that somebody will want, except the high volume. Once that volume comes in, then we'll really see what kind of action it wants to do here. But I'm okay with this trade. I like it. I like this trade. $22.57 is the bottom. Can we get some heavy buying over the 80s? That 24 level is where I would like to see it test again. I want to see it break that. High of the 24 was hit. It has not double topped yet. Hopefully it go ahead and consolidates up here around this level, and maybe it'll do a move higher later on in the day. But definitely going to give it some time here. ISIG has given back all of its gains. BFRI. ADGI is still going down. I'm going to take that off the watch. Don't even want to see that. That's trash. BFRI pull back again. Another failure on this downtrend. Take that off the watch. And I'll be looking for anything else that wants to play ball. NXGL still waiting on that IPO to open up. Looking for these $quarter levels to start holding up, like the 75 or the 50 or the 25. Looking for those $quarter levels to start holding. on the bid. So we got 70 here right now. It needs to get some buyers at 75 here on this dip. Can that 75 pop up there? We see a stack at the 70. 73 is popping up there. 74. Can the 75 hold? Can that? There it is. 78 right there. $quarter level is what I'm watching. So it looks like it's finding a little bit of support at those $quarter levels. We'll see if it holds. They're trying to sell it down. Can the 75 hold up? Can it pop back on the bid? Popping down just a little bit. Looking for that 75 to get pulled back in. Can we see it? For this to go red on the day, it'll need to pass the 2284. And my stop is at the 2288. I'll move that to the 2280, 2279. Just in case it throws a wick. 2279. $quarter level protection. All right, so we're good to go there. Let me recalculate my risk here. 2340 minus 2274, and that I'm not moving it down anymore. 2274 is concrete. I'll only move it up from here. That is 66 cents. So that will be a $33 loss. Giving it a little bit more. Giving it a little bit more on there. But want to see what it does back over this top. If that 75 can start being a problem. Can that 75 become somewhat of an issue here for them? Let's see. But the place that it needs to break is up here at that 24.25 level is where that range is right now. So let me go ahead and get rid of these little levels here and draw this channel that is looking like it's in right now. From the 2250 will be the bottom support. Then we got a top up here at the 2450, which I would like to see break for resistance right across here. 20, that's a little high. 2450. Looks like the 75 is becoming a problem for them. Let's see if it can break back over this previous candle, 2392. Our chart still looking fantastic. 75 $quarter resistance level starting to hold. Can we break? Can we break back over this high of the 2392? $33 risk. $75 holding. Can we get back into the 80s? 79 on the bid. $75. Can we see those 80s? Can we see a pretty nice buyer come in there at the 75? 78s. Getting a little stack right under the 80s. 80s about to get a nice little push here. I don't see anybody sitting at the 80 right now. They're at the 8. The ask is at the 87. So about 10 cent spread here. Looking for that break over the 80s. But that hour chart definitely makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on overall. Let's see if you can push. 75 needs to hold. Getting some nice consolidation through here. Back up to the 80s. See the 80s on the bid. Can we see the 81? Do they want to push it? 81? Not seeing it on the tape yet. There's a stack at the 80s. Can we see the 81? Closing this candle in less than a minute. There's the 75s. I thought the 80s were going to pop, but it's looking like it's going to have a little bit of weakness here. Can we see those 80s back up there? It got popped off the 80s. Where are those buyers at? Are they going to let it go down? Closing up this candle in 30 seconds. We'll see if it can hold up. Okay. Big bounce back up to the 80s. They're attacking the 80s now. So let's see if they can go ahead and knock through it. They're attacking hard. Hard and heavy at the 80s on the time or the level 2s here. 83 on the bid. Can we see the 85s? And then a break over this high, which is the 90s, 92. Can we see that? Need to see the 85 quickly. There it is. Getting on above those 90s. Can we see the break of the 92 here? 91 on the bid. Nice, nice. Let's see a full break. Can we get over the 24s? $24 on the charts. Not seeing it break yet. Little weakness up there at the 24. Can they reattack? Is that a double top? That's a double top right there. It needs to break that. 24.04. It may need to consolidate a bit here. But it tried. It definitely tried. Looking for those 90s to come back up strong. Dropping down on the bid. There's 85s popping back in. Can we get a stack in? There's some stacks of 80s. Can we get more 80s? Get rid of the 70s. Looking for some stacks to kind of form here. $89. Can we see that 90 form a nice little cushion for me? Don't see the 75 anymore, which is good. We got a stack of 80s now. They're stacking up there. Let's see if they can hold. 4 stacks of 80s. Oh, 2 of them disappeared. Let's see if they can come back. There's some more stacks. 3 stacks of 80s. Can they stay in there? They keep disappearing, getting sold into. Need to see it above the 90s. Giving a little bit of red there. Thought it could break the 24. Still looks okay on the hour chart though. Let it consolidate. This is pretty much some consolidation. Flat top at the 24. Not gonna let it scare me out. Still holding above this pre-market high here of the 23.80. 75s coming back and getting tested again on the on the level 2s. Got pushed all the way out of the 80s. But if it can close around this level, that'll be dope. Because it's right now, it's not pushing downwards away from the 200 moving average. It's holding up this 200 moving average, staying right on it. 23.85. Can we see that 23.85 pop back up there? Got about 2 minutes left until the close of this candle. GNFT popped up there. Wow, this is in French, looks like. Okay. But it gave back its profits pretty quick. It's under 5 anyway. But we can look at it. It popped up here. Or actually, no, it went under 5. It'll be off in a minute. Anything else? Getting pushed back up there to the 80s again. So 80s becoming a real level. It only has 20 cents to break out. There's a nice little push. Can we get back to the 90s? Retry that 24 break. What is the retest of the 90 going to look like? We haven't seen the 90 up here on the bid yet. 84, so struggling a little bit there. Needs to push through that 90. Closing this candle in 10 seconds. 5-minute candle. Can we see those 85 start to hold on the next candle? New candle should be opening here soon. Let's see how it opens. Will it open up at the same level, lower, or higher? There's a stack at the 84. Waiting for it to pop in. Come on, go ahead and populate. Stack at the 80s. Will it open up higher, lower? Not seeing anything go through on the tape though. These are just numbers moving on the level 2s, but the orders, once the order goes through, we'll see it over here on the tape. Can we blast that 90 real quick? Actually, this should be a new 15-minute candle opening. Just that's let me see. CALT. Yeah. Yeah, it should be a new hour candle opening. There it is. Open up stupid high. All right, can it get going? Can it get going here? Right under the 24 looks amazing on the hourly. Let me show you what I'm looking at on the hourly. Over here. This is what I'm looking at on the hourly. It pushed all the way back up, opened right here. So literally all it needs to do is break the 24. Looks very, very nice. Holding above that 200 moving average. Let's see those 90s pop. Not a lot of volume going through right now. People, they don't know which way it wants to go. But I do like the range of these candles, even though they're low volume. The range on these 15-minute candles and these little 5-minute candles are pretty nice. But just looking for that break of that 24, that's all. Very little selling volume there on that red candle. Stack at the 80s. Can we see the 89 there? Nope. Getting back to the 70s. Come on now. Let's get up. 83s there. So the 80s are holding right there. Anything else popping over here? ISIG finally showed up on my scanner after it failed. I'm glad. Finally popped in. Big old top and tail on that hour chart. Looks disgusting. $75 still holding here. Forming a new little kind of a micro trend. We'll see if that micro trend starts to hold up here. Can it consolidate without breaking down to 2360s? Waiting for those IPOs to open up as well. Anything else? BIGZ. What is that? BIGZ. BIGZ. That's a chopper. Yeah. I don't want that. Okay, what else? Some of these stocks are showing up with zeros over here on TOS. But on the other one, on my other one, they'll show up with the actual market cap and how big they are. So, that's why I like comparing these two brokerages, because some of the information, sometimes when Street Smart Edge is missing something, I see it on TOS. Or if TOS is missing something, I see it on Street Smart Edge. Like right now, these are zeroed out. And this is actually a three, or no, not this one, Biggs. Biggs is a $3 billion market cap. CALT. Can it get back over that 90 is the point that we need to see it beat. This point, this little trend here is at the 2312. Can we see it go up and beat those 80s? Just needs to break up above 2393 is the portion that it needs to get over. Giving it some time, some good little consolidation here. Giving that downwards movement. Love to see it not break this 2359. Getting a nice little pop. Can it get back over the 80s? Can we see stacks of 80s start to accumulate here? Oh, my bad. Stacks of 80s right here. Waiting for it to pop through. Looks okay though. Especially for a retest of the 24. Having problems at the 80 level though. This point, if it wants to come back through, break even could be the out here if it wants to play too much. Yeah, break even is becoming the out if it can push back over the 85s. Waiting to see though. 82s. Can we get the stacks of the 80s here? Are people willing to buy this thing right around this level? Can they push it above the 90s? Hey, 86. Can they push it? Looking for the 80s to come in here heavy. Can we see it? The bid went down to 75. Can we see it bounce up to the 80s? Ah, all right. Well, just to keep the risk managed, I can always get back in down here at the 17 or the 23.40. So I'm not going to be risking 20, 30 bucks on something like this. If it wants to come down, I want to see it get up and go. So 23, let's say $23 right now. As long as it can hold above 23, 22.99, I'm going to reduce that risk. Let me recalculate my risk here. So entry price was 23.40. So I'm so dumb. That's a 41-cent risk on 50 shares. So about $25 still. If I were to put it to the 23, that's still a little bit far away. Let's do 23.25. 23.25, it doesn't want to go up. And that way it will definitely reduce my risk. 23. Yeah, that's about where it is on the on this little trend as well. About 23.15-ish. 23.15. So it breaks that down, I'll be getting on out. So got my stop out down here, 23.15, risking about 30 something cents. Looking for that 75 to hold possibly. But just not seeing it yet. Dumping down there. See what that hour chart is looking like. CAL. Going red, but I do like it still. Still like it. Matter of fact, at this point, I mean, it's looking so good on the hour chart. There's no way I'm selling this at that level. It can definitely, as long as it doesn't cross that 23.15-ish level. Yeah, right where I'm at is good on the hour chart. Yeah, I'm good. Let's see if they can push it through the 90s. Can it hold that 75? There we go. Get aggressive. Push to that next level. Want to see that 75 come back on the bid and hold strong with some stacks. That hour chart pulled up quite nicely. Look at that hour chart. Came down here, started looking kind of weak, pulled all the way back up here, and now all it needs to do is break out of the 23.94. Waiting and watching. Can we see that strength come through here? 23.83 there on the tape. So there is a buyer at least above the 80s that we know of. That order did go through. So let's see. $23.85. Okay. Can we get the pop over? Nope. All right. Still giving it time. Still doesn't look horrible. Looking for that 75 to hold. $75 there on the bid. At 200 moving average is holding it down just a little bit. Want to see that 90 finally break. Getting more 83s there. Can we see any more over 80 clearing? Over 80 orders going through. See 76. Got a little dip here. Made a little lower low on the 5-minute. But that's okay because it was a fake breakdown. 81 right there. I like it. There. Ooh, that opened up high. Opened up all the way over the 90s or at the 90s. I like it. See if we can get some reaction here over the 24 now. And it's over the 200 moving average, so it should start getting some 80 buyers up here. I see 2389 was just that one buyer. Can anybody else jump in on this and verify that 80s can hold? Come on, big boy. You could be 10% up on the day if it gets going. I see the 84s, but nothing coming over on the tape. Waiting and watching. 24 is becoming quite a level for those shorts. If it breaks that 24, boy, they got to get out of there. They got to cover in 10 cents. Looking real dangerous for them. Kind of slowed down here. Can we see? Okay, we see the ask is moving up a little bit or down. Just dropped back to the 90s. So that's not good. They're right at the 90s. They can get blown out here if it wants to launch up. See if those 90s. So the ask is pushing down. The sellers are pushing down here. But they got to push it all the way back through the 2360. And on the 15-minute, it does not look like they can make that big of a push after these last two candles. So I think I'm pretty safe at this point. Okay, anything else? Oh my goodness, IMMX exploded. I think it's halted. Yeah. IMMX announces pricing of public offering the other day. Very low float. Okay, so it is become the mover today right now. We'll continue watching it as well on IMMX. It halted at 11:13:38. Should be opening up at the 11:18:38. And there it goes, opening up, coming on back down. Wow. So just threw a top and tail. I don't know if it can make that top and tail up, being this price range. But yeah. Quite choppy one. $0.60 away from $5. CALT forming another little red candle. Can it get bought up above the 2360? It's above all of the indicators here, so we'll see if it can get some action, but it just continues to play here. If it does go, it's going to blow those shorts away. Getting a little buying pressure around the 75. Can it hold this $0.25 level? It's been trying to hold it for a couple of minutes. 23.75. IMMX, see, could not hold those gains, just went up there and now it's back under 5. Don't want to see it anymore. Back in, oh, it's halted going down. Trash. All right, so we're watching over here. Again, this one's consolidating in this level, 23.79. We just need to see the 80s hold. Looks really good on the 15-minute, though, for a higher move. Even if this thing comes down and checks the trend line right now, I'm still safe at the 23.15 because now my stop is below the trend. So risking very little on this trade. $23.70 is holding strong though. Held this level for a few minutes. Let's see, what is the break? What would be the breakout trend on this one? It's hard to draw. I don't know. Let me go back up here. Yeah, it's just hard to draw. Can we see those buyers over the 80s again? Taking this sweet little time. We'll let it play and continue looking around the market. Wow, breaking down there to the 60s on the bid. 23.50s coming into play. So that's going to be quite a bit of a drop here. Thought it was going to be able to get up and get going. Looks so good on a daily chart. 75's just not holding up. Not enough volume to push that thing up, huh? Can it start getting bought before it crosses this level of the 2360, or is it going to start doing lower lows? Because I'm okay with taking a small loss on this one today. I'm okay with that. At this point, 23.25 is actually looking like a valid exit point as well. But we'll see if it can't hold these 670s. Can they push it down? Draw this support right here. Can it just hold around this level, man? That's all I want to see. I guess one good thing about this is that the VWAP isn't super angled. It's kind of going flat, so it may have a longer consolidation here and then go higher or try for higher. So definitely giving it a little bit of playroom. Was looking for that 2450 today, but we may not get it, or we may get it later on in the day, and I am willing to hold this all day. I don't care. With this risk, I don't care. Okay, BIGC. Oh, that was that chopper. I don't know if I like that one. BIGC is, but it is up here. It's just super high float. BIGZ. FNGU. Also pushing up there quite a bit. Up. BFRI trying to get back up there. That thing is so choppy. This one's holding again above this 2360 level. So 2350 is looking like a nice little spot for it to find a lot of support here. As long as it doesn't take a big dive. Okay. Lauren, you said you finally got your laptop to connect to your grandparents' network. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. BFRI, let's look at that one. BFRI dipped down big, came back up, maybe a dollar move there, or less than that, 30-cent move up right there, which is nice. But I'm looking for a little bit more. FNGU, not looking good. I don't like the daily chart. That daily chart is facing too much resistance right there. And see on TD Ameritrade, it doesn't show me the market cap, how big it is. It just shows zero. Now this one going straight up to the moon. This one looks like a huge move, but if you look at it, the bottom down here was 1350. It's only moved up a dollar with all this movement. That's insanity. Is this one trying to get back up or no? 75 has to hold there. Looking like it's ready to dump. Trying to break that 60 down. I wonder, will this be a fake break or a real break? 2362. BFRI range too small. It's a crazy move though on BIGZ. If you took a really big share size, that would be, but this thing will have you waiting what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes on a 50-cent move. I don't know about all that. Coming on down there. Is this a real break or is this a situation where, oh, that's the end of the candle? Okay. So this is a real, let's see. So 23.25. 23.25 may be this point where I'm going to have to see where it's going. At this point, the trend is down here at the 23.10. Looking for it to bounce. At 23.50 to come back into play. It's definitely giving some discount prices here for anybody to get in. Let me look at the hourly chart on this one. CALT. Yeah, it's just coming down and testing that 15-minute EMA. $23.45. $23.45 is where it needs to hold above. Very close to my entry price right now. Cracking. Looking for this thing to get up, man. Has some great news. Looking like it wants to go back red on the day. 22.84. Coming down, hit the bottom right there. We'll see how this closes. Well, getting a nice little bounce back up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. There's some entries there coming. So definitely keep an eye on it. Getting a little poppy. So now the question becomes, can it hold this 23.38? I'm going to let this candle play. 23.30 is on the bid. Can it get bought up again? Breakdown of the 23.10 is the trend right now. Only down $1.50. Okay. Getting a little buying pressure here. So definitely going to let this one close and see if it can get back over the 23.50 permanently. Coming on down, another bounce down there. Starting to get a little bit more motion in it. About 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle. It is 10:30, so we know lunchtime is Definitely a slower period, but I'll continue to hold as long as it holds the trend. Definitely scaring some folks out of it. See where it wants to open. That was a scary little punch up there. I thought it was gonna shoot. BFRI breaking out there by 5 cents. Not looking great. What just happened? Going down a little bit more. Trying to see if it can hold this trend. Not seeing anything above the 2340s there. There's a 31. Can we start getting some buyers down here? Hmm. BFRI. Still struggling on that uptrend right there. Should have broke. Let's see, the top was the high of the 750. Continues to find problems up there at the 750s. See if it can finally push 750. Getting a little bit of rejection. 41. It's a little bit too choppy. Bigs finally pulling back. So can we see some failure on some of these that have no reason to be up? CALT getting a little bounce there. So can it hold this 23.31? Is this a discount entry here, or is it going to go ahead and crack? Giving this the first 5 minutes to play, and then we will see. I mean, wait, the first 5 minutes already went up. Yeah. So we're just watching at this point. Okay. Let's see. Can it hold above the 23.28? Look at the hour chart. Always forget to do that. Yeah, so it is pulling back up. It just needs to get back to the 50s. Yeah, there you go. Oh boy. Wow. Let's get out of here. I feel the heat coming. I feel the temperature changing. Let's go. Another little sail down. Yeah, this is going to push those shorts out of there. I'm not adding to this. Just in case it wants to come down, it's you know, I'm gonna let it do its thing. Getting shorted heavy right there. Needs to hold up this 23.31. So that's twice it's been shorted down. Five-minute candle closing in just a bit. There's a little pump down. Will it give us a little bit of a break and then jump back up? 23.31 right here. Or is this the real deal? Will we see a breakdown of the 23.25? Yeah, I don't know what this thing wants to do. Do I want to look for another position after these topping tails here? Two of them. It's definitely getting on down there. The break of that 23.25 is not going to be looking too good, but the hourly chart has room all the way down to the 22.90. So could be a risque play. Should be opening up the new 5-minute. $34s. Can we start pulling up over this level of the 23.31? Looking for those 40s. Maybe looking for a possible add down here. All this shorting going on. Giving it some time though. Popping up there just quickly to the 40s. Throwing a little bit down there. Can we see this pop back up over the 35 on the bid? Or is it finally going to stop me out? Only down $5 right now. Probably like a $10 risk maybe. $15 more cents, I'll be out. Can we get back above that 35? All right. Let's go look at something else before I go crazy. All right, so this one, another little 20-cent rip out, which is okay. Big steel down as well. Nothing having as big of a range as CALT, but CALT's got to get up. Slipping on down there. Want to see it hold this level of the 23.25. If not, I'll be out 10 cents below this. Okay, there the 23s coming back up. Can we get that hold? That pop back. Not seeing that much pop back on this one. Ooh, that thing opened up at my exit. Yeah, that's not good. It's going to stop me out here. It's right on the trend. It's going to stop me out. $11. I'm okay with losing 10 bucks, 11 bucks here. I'm not moving that stop. I do know that. $0.24 on 50 shares. Thought it can get up and get going, but it could not. BFRI still going down. Nothing else looking favorable right now. LTR is pretty cold. Breakdown of the trend and not getting up. So it hasn't stopped me out yet. There it is. So it stopped me out with a lot of slippage there. Let's see what that slippage is looking like. 37 cents instead of 25 cents I think I was risking. So maybe like 10 more cents of slippage for $18. But it's all good. I was looking for this thing to get up and go. It did not want to do it today. $18 versus that 25 that I was down at first, or 30 I was down at first. Tried to give it some time, but just was weak all along. So I'll be waiting and watching. Now this broken down this trend, can it set up a new trend? Yeah, it came back and cracked all of the previous levels that it had built up. So apparently that was not the trend that I wanted to be looking at. but I'll let it continue to do what it does. What in the world? Did I almost buy something? I think I almost bought something. All right, so let's look back at ISIG making its little moves back up. That daily chart, man, it's got a lot of work to do. There. So it has this little bottom here. How big are these candles? 1960 up to the 2025. It had a hold point down here on the 15-minute. Little bit of a trend going up here. Let's see what ISIG wants to do. See if it'll break down or get close to either one of those two. Not looking good on the hourly chart at all. So not liking that. RPT. BFRI. Still huddling down. It's like it's getting some buying pressure down here, but I'm not interested anymore. Did not want to get up and get out when I wanted it to. ISIG running out of steam as well. So at this point, we could risk 27 cents, and this one actually looks like it's coming back up. CALT. Let's just see, 27 cents, 23.04 will be the bottom. So 30 cents to that bottom, which I think I'm willing to take another stab at this one. Yeah, because it looks okay to continue up off of this previous bottom of the 23. We're going to give it a little bit of time just in case it's a trap. Got a little bit of a trend now set up. Trend line. Will this be the true trend? Boy, I'm trying to be patient with this one. Yeah, so it is pulling up. Okay, it is pulling back up a little bit. 2305 is the spot. I can risk 30 cents here down for a possible another move up. 30 cents on 50 shares for a possible move back up to 74 and all that. I think I kind of like it. 30 cents, that's a small risk. If this is the actual trend, that's the problem. Is this the actual trend? ISIG trying to hold up still here. I just don't like this daily chart. Even if it gets up, I just don't like it. BFRI finally diving. Okay, this one's opening up a little bit higher. Is this the actual trend that it wants to complete? There'll be a fake break of the VWAP. It's got about 5 minutes left on this candle. This will be a 34 cent or less than 30-cent risk on 50 shares. Am I willing to risk it in this dip? I see 24s. Can it come down some? 24s on the bid. Looking for it to crack down again then. ISIG. Coming down here again. Not looking good on that crackdown. Will it go ahead and break the 1975? Slowing down a little bit too much. Boy. Well, some days you can't win them all. Okay, it's starting to pull back up here, over here. So I can risk that 30 cents down there to the bottom if it continues to hold up. 23 would be my out if this is the real thing. I see 40s up there. Can it give me some red before I look for entry though? Another red bar above this trend line is what I'll be looking for. But it looks like it wants to go ahead and push. 23.45. Hmm. 23.45 is where it needed to hold up. See the 41 there, but don't see it on the bid. 23.50 up there as well. And this is the area that it was having problems with yesterday, 23.40 to 23.50. So this is a buy area for me. But am I willing to do that? Two minutes left on this candle. or 1 minute left on this 5-minute candle. Want to see where it opens up. Yeah. Now it'd be a 40-cent risk. Trying to see if it's going to get any rejection back down. There's a little bit of rejection. How much rejection is it going to get? And will it be able to move down towards the trend anymore? I want a better setup. Needs to come down above the 2307 and show me that it has strength. BFRI. ISIG continue to bounce around. Would only be a micro trend right there, but definitely short bias. Can we get a little red movement back down here to hold? Oh my gosh. Come on, man. Getting a little buying pressure off of this little trend line here. The top of this is the 1998. The previous red candle does not look good though. It's looking like it wants to break down. $23.17 on the bid. That's quite a bit of a drop. That's all the way back down here to the trend. Let's see if it actually completes that and holds the trend. ISIG and CALT are, I don't see anything else. That BFRI has just been chopping around all day, so I really don't trust that one. ISIG holding there just a little bit. Volume seems to be dead on this push down. So I may give it a little try here with 10-cent risk. It's just holding this little level. Can it break it down though? Let's see, back up here would be only 25 cents. And now with this range getting tighter and tighter, not looking too good. This one, throwing some wicks out there. I want to see it come down one more time to give me an entry above this trend. Still like it on the day. The break of this would be the 2360s. BFRI still ridiculous. chopping out there, giving a little breakout of 5 cents, which is getting way smaller than it was. ISIG, I want to see if it can pull back above this trend. 2004. 2004 breakup. Okay, so at this point, I'm just gonna wait for a red to come and then look for another entry because I'm still interested in this one. Traded CALT. That was the only thing that I traded. Still looking good, but it's gotta pull back and give me a nice entry. It pulled back down here, popped gap down here, popped off this. Well, I didn't have this marked as a trend earlier, but then I marked it after it popped down here, and I want to see it form a new low, new higher low above this trend before I look for another entry. I took an $18 loss on that first entry. ISIG do not like that. Broke the trend, bouncing up there heavy and hard. Yeah, it's been a super boring day, man. We haven't seen anything that's ready to kill. $20. So a break of the 20. Wow, never mind. Not trading ISIG. That's a bull trap. BFR still looking bad. Waiting for some red here. The excitement starts after 2 on Fridays. Sometimes depends on what kind of news is out. Some Friday afternoons are just dry. I'll give it a little bit more time, and then if it doesn't want to do anything, I'll go ahead and jump out of the market for the day if it doesn't want to give me what I'm looking for. Definitely held up though on the hour chart. The bottom now on the hour chart is a 23.33 as a stop out. 23.33. And it does have a nice little uptrend on the hourly chart. Broke to lower lows. Yeah, that one's over. Just wanted to look at it real quick. Well, as of now, I don't really know what the market wants to do. The SPY rebounded and kind of leveled out. Oh, that's a lie. The SPY rebounded and did not level out. It's going back down. Hmm. So at this point, it'd be a 50-cent risk to take any trade here. Yeah, I just don't like it anymore. It's just maybe later on in the day it'll get a little bit of action, but ugh. All right, Lori, you have a good one too. Oh, that was Daniel B saying he was wrapping it up today. Yeah, yeah. I can just walk away with this $18 loss and be okay on the day. But this hourly chart definitely, definitely still looking viable for more push upward. Just barely any trading. Yeah, I'm probably about to hop off as well. This thing, man, is just not giving me the movement that I thought it was going to give today. It's very small managed risk, but man, I was looking for that thing to rip. 24, 25, boom, boom, boom. But it's okay. I know when to walk away, which is a good thing because I'm feeling lunch calling. Gonna give me something to eat and maybe, just maybe, come and look at the market in the afternoon, but I don't know. I may just stay away from it. Stay away from it all. This thing ain't moving, and I'm not about to have y'all sitting here looking at this thing not move at all. The other one that I was waiting on was NXGL, which was an IPO that was supposed to be opening today, but didn't see that one. Anyway, you guys can check out Framework Fortune website if you haven't yet. It's frameworkfortune.com. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you can consider subscribing or following. If you're over on Twitch or ShareVision, you can consider those other options. But yeah, today, man, today just did not want to play ball. Yep, no volume on that one. All right. So I'm done looking at this stuff. I'm about to get off of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll be back on Monday morning for some more live trading. Monday mornings, I do have a business meeting on before, like, right. It usually lasts from 8 to like 8:30 or 8:45 ish. So I usually come on around 9 o'clock on Monday because of that meeting. But after that meeting, I'm good to go for trading. But I think that, oh, and I am on Eastern time. Eastern, or not Eastern time. What am I talking about? I'm on Central time. Central time. CST. I don't know why I said Eastern. Central time. So the market opens up for me at 8 a.m. Closes at 3 p.m. And yeah, gives a little bit of time to trade, but sometimes it is slow, and I'd rather just manage the risk on these types of days and just give up 20 bucks instead of giving up, 50, 60, 70 bucks for no reason. Just keep that managed risk. If it doesn't want to bounce off the trends that it's set up, can't make it. Can't force trades and can't force the market to do anything that you want it to do. Anyway, I am signing off. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.